Hook. When Dr. Aisha Coleman, a trailblazing Black CEO, handed over her exclusive Black credit card at the luxurious Grand Meridian Hotel to secure a $2.8 billion deal, the front desk clerk's mocking laughter echoed through the lobby, dismissing her as a fraud. In that moment, Aisha's calm smile hid a decision that would shake the corporate world. She canceled the deal instantly, leaving the hotel's parent company scrambling to salvage their reputation and billions in lost revenue. Script: Dr. Aisha Coleman stepped into the Grand Meridian Hotel's lobby on a crisp Monday morning, her heels clicking with purpose. She was there to finalize a $2.8 billion partnership between her company, Coleman Enterprises, and Meridian Global, the hotel's parent corporation. Aisha, a 42-year-old tech mogul who'd built her empire from a single coding project in her dorm room, carried herself with the quiet confidence of someone who'd faced skepticism her entire career and turned it into fuel. Her team trailed behind her, 3 executives, all sharp, all loyal, all aware of the stakes. At the front desk, a young clerk named Brandon glanced up from his computer. "Good morning, ma'am. Checking in." His tone was polite but carried a faint edge, like he was sizing her up. "Yes," Aisha said, her voice steady. "Dr. Aisha Coleman, here for the Meridian Global meeting. I'll need to secure the conference suite and our rooms." She slid her Black credit card across the counter, its sleek surface catching the light. Brandon's eyes flicked to the card, then back to Aisha. He smirked, a quick, involuntary twitch of his lips. This is your card?" he asked, his voice laced with disbelief. Aisha raised an eyebrow.
"Yes."
"Is there a problem?" Brandon picked up the card, turning it over like it was a curiosity. No problem. Just, we don't see these every day. Black cards are, exclusive. For VIPs. He chuckled, a sound that carried across the quiet lobby. A few guests nearby glanced over. Aisha's team stiffened behind her, but she remained composed. "I'm aware," she said evenly. "Can you process it so we can proceed?" Brandon's chuckle grew louder, drawing the attention of his supervisor, a middle-aged woman named Karen, who approached with a tight smile. "Everything okay here, Brandon?" "Oh, yeah," Brandon said, holding up the card. "Just making sure this is legit. You know how it is, gotta be careful." He laughed again, louder this time, and Karen's smile faltered. Aisha's expression didn't change, but her eyes narrowed slightly. "Careful about what, exactly?" Brandon shrugged, still grinning. "Just doing my job. These cards are for, billionaires. No offense, but we have to double-check." Karen stepped in, her voice overly cheerful. "I'm sure it's fine. Let's just run it through the system." She took the card from Brandon and swiped it, her fingers moving quickly. The machine beeped, confirming the transaction. Karen's smile froze.
"Oh."
It went through." "Of course it did," Aisha said, her tone clipped but calm. "Now, can you confirm the conference suite for 10 a.m.? Karen nodded, flustered, handing the card back. "Yes, Dr. Coleman, right away." "I'm so sorry for the confusion." Brandon, still oblivious to the gravity of his actions, muttered under his breath, "Guess anyone can get one of those cards these days." Aisha's head tilted slightly, her gaze locking onto his. "Excuse me?" Brandon froze, realizing he'd been heard. "Nothing, ma'am. Just nothing." Her lead executive, Marcus, a tall man with a no-nonsense demeanor, stepped forward. "Dr. Coleman, we can address this later. The Meridian team is waiting." Aisha held up a hand, silencing him. She turned back to Brandon. "You think I don't belong here, don't you?" Her voice was low, deliberate, each word cutting through the air. Brandon stammered. "No, I didn't mean—" "You did," Aisha interrupted. "And you laughed. In front of my team, my colleagues, and your guests." She paused, letting the weight of her words settle. "I came here to finalize a $2.8 billion deal with your company. But I'm not sure I want to do business with an organization that employs people who disrespect their partners." Karen's face paled. "Dr. Coleman, please, this was a misunderstanding." Brandon's knew. He didn't mean any harm. Aisha's smile was cold. A misunderstanding? He laughed at me for using my card. That's not a misunderstanding. That's an assumption. Brandon, now sweating, tried to backtrack. I'm sorry, okay? I just thought. You thought what? Aisha pressed. That a black woman couldn't possibly have a card like that? That I couldn't possibly be here for a meeting of this caliber? The lobby was silent now, every eye on the exchange. Aisha's team stood firm, their loyalty palpable. Marcus whispered, Aisha, we can handle this privately. She shook her head. No, Marcus. This needs to be public.
Because this isn't just about me.
This is about every person who's ever been underestimated, dismissed, or laughed at because of who they are. Karen stepped forward, her voice trembling. Dr. Coleman, I assure you we value all our guests. Let me get my manager. No need, Aisha said, pulling out her phone. I'm calling David Reynolds, your CEO. I assume he's still overseeing this deal? Karen's eyes widened. Yes, but... Aisha was already dialing. The call connected almost instantly. David, she said, her voice calm but firm. It's Aisha Coleman. We have a problem. On the other end, David's voice was warm but cautious. Aisha, good to hear from you. What's going on? Your staff at the Grand Meridian just laughed at me for using my black card, Aisha said, her words clear and deliberate.
They assumed it wasn't mine.
In front of my team and your guests. I'm not sure this is the kind of company I want to partner with for $2.8 billion. David's tone shifted immediately. Aisha, I'm appalled.
Who did this?
I'll handle it personally. Brandon, the front desk clerk, Aisha said. And his supervisor, Karen, didn't exactly help the situation. I don't want apologies, David. I want to know why your staff feels comfortable making assumptions about me based on my appearance. David stammered. This is unacceptable. I'll fly down there myself if I have to. Please, Aisha, let's discuss this in the meeting. Aisha paused, glancing at Brandon, who was now visibly shaking. No, David. I'm canceling the deal. Effective immediately. There was a long silence on the line. Aisha, please, David said, his voice tight. This partnership is critical for both of us. Let's work through this. I don't work with companies that disrespect me, Aisha said. You have 24 hours to figure out how you're going to address this, or I'm taking my business elsewhere. Good luck. She hung up. Marcus stepped closer, his voice low. Aisha, are you sure? $2.8 billion is. It's not about the money, Aisha said, turning to her team. It's about respect. We're done here. Let's go. As Aisha and her team turned to leave, Karen rushed after them. Dr. Coleman, please, I'm begging you. This was a mistake. We'll make it right. Aisha stopped, looking back at her. A mistake is forgetting a reservation. This was prejudice. And it's not my job to fix it. The team walked out, leaving the lobby in stunned silence. Word of the incident spread quickly. By the time Aisha reached her car, her phone was buzzing with messages from industry contacts who'd heard about the canceled deal. One was from Sarah Nguyen, a board member at Meridian Global. Aisha, Sarah's text read, I just heard what happened. I'm mortified. Can we meet to discuss this? We can't lose this deal. Aisha didn't respond immediately. She sat in the back of her car, her team quietly processing the events. What's the plan now? Marcus asked. We pivot, Aisha said. We have other partners. Horizon Tech has been pitching us for months. They're hungry, and they don't have a history of disrespecting me. Set up a call with their CEO. Marcus nodded, already typing on his tablet.
Done.
But Aisha, you sure you want to walk away from Meridian? That deal was huge. Aisha looked out the window, her expression unreadable. It's not about the deal. It's about what I stand for. I didn't build Coleman Enterprises to let anyone disrespect me or my team. If Meridian wants to work with us, they'll have to do better. By the afternoon, the story had hit the business world like a tidal wave. Posts on X were buzzing with reactions. Dr. Aisha Coleman just canceled a $2.8 billion deal with Meridian Global after their staff laughed at her for using a black card. One user wrote, "This is why representation matters. Respect matters." Another post read, "Meridian Global stock is tanking. They messed with the wrong CEO." Aisha's phone kept buzzing, but she ignored it. She was already on a call with Horizon Tech CEO, Rachel Carter, who was eager to step in. "Aisha, I heard what happened," Rachel said. "I'm disgusted. We'd be honored to work with you. Name your terms." Aisha smiled for the first time that day. "Let's start with mutual respect," she said. "Then we can talk numbers." Over the next few hours, Meridian Global scrambled to contain the fallout. David Reynolds issued a public apology on X. "We deeply regret the incident at the Grand Meridian Hotel. This does not reflect our values. We're investigating and will take immediate action." But the damage was done. Investors were pulling back, and Meridian stock dropped 12% by the end of the day. Aisha, meanwhile, was already negotiating with Horizon Tech, who offered a $3 billion deal to secure her partnership. That evening, Aisha sat in her office, reviewing emails. One was from Karen, the hotel supervisor, sent from her personal account. "Dr. Coleman, I can't apologize enough," it read. "I failed to intervene, and I'm ashamed. I've submitted my resignation. I hope you'll reconsider working with Meridian in the future." Aisha read the email, then set it aside.
She didn't respond.
Instead, she opened a new email to her team. "We move forward," she wrote. "Horizon Tech is our new focus. Let's make this bigger than Meridian ever could have been." The next morning, Aisha's story was trending across every major business outlet. Black CEO takes a stand. Aisha Coleman's $2.8 billion walkout, one headline read. Another, Meridian Global's $2.8 billion blunder, a lesson in respect. Aisha didn't read the articles. She was already on a call with her board, outlining the Horizon deal. "This isn't just about us," she told them. "It's about setting a precedent. No one gets to disrespect us and expect our business." Her board agreed unanimously. Marcus, sitting across from her, grinned. "You're a legend, Aisha." She shook her head. "I'm just a woman who knows her worth. And I'm done letting anyone forget it." Over the next week, Meridian Global's leadership reached out repeatedly, offering apologies, settlements, even a personal visit from David Reynolds. Aisha declined every offer. "They had their chance," she told Marcus. "I don't give second chances to people who don't learn the first time." Horizon Tech's deal closed within a month, a $3.2 billion partnership that sent Coleman Enterprises stock soaring. Aisha became a symbol of resilience, her story inspiring countless others to demand respect in their own lives. At a conference a few months later, a young Black entrepreneur approached Aisha during a break. "Dr. Coleman," she said, her voice trembling, "I heard about what you did at the Grand Meridian. I'm starting my own company, and you gave me the courage to keep going." Aisha smiled, placing a hand on the young woman's shoulder. "Don't let anyone make you feel small," she said. "You're bigger than their assumptions. Always." The young woman nodded, tears in her eyes. "Thank you." As Aisha walked away, her phone buzzed with another message from David Reynolds. "Aisha, please. Let's meet. We've made changes." She deleted the message without responding. Her focus was on the future, on building something greater, on proving that respect wasn't negotiable. And in that moment, Aisha Coleman knew she'd already won.